Hi all and welcome to another edition of Midday Market Review. Live trading, key trading levels and trading setups for popular markets. I know some people are watching this for the first time and you're brand new. My name is Phil and I'll be your presenter today. If you're looking for a community of traders, TraderCast.com. If you're looking for the education, check out some of my training courses at mytradingskills.com. Some of them are quite free, so you can check them out and see if you like how we teach. And then if you need to know more, let me know. Over the past 10 years, I had the privilege of speaking in front of various different industry events, and I taught many people how to trade. Some of them were brand new, and some of them were experienced or intermediate, and they needed help with a specific area of their trading activity. Big disclaimer, since I'll be talking about live trades and showing you some live trades that I am looking at right now, these are not advisory. This is my experience and opinions only, and what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to basically provide you with the view of what I think a beginner should be able to do after spending some time and learning how to trade, or maybe early stages intermediate trader. Basically a practical application of price action trading and very simple approach to analyzing the markets and finding trading opportunities. So enough about all of that. These are my open trades or closed trades since Friday. Actually, I had another one. I was short S&P and that was closed. I was really happy with that trade. There was a trade with profitable trade, but since we did not talk about that over the last session, I didn't think it would be fair to put it in. But for those of you who watched Friday's session and Friday's broadcast, you know that I was short euro dollar from the day before at 1:14.62. That trade is still open, and I'll show you that trade straight away. I was also long dollar Japanese yen at 115.94. I was looking for a breakout of the previous swing high, and my stop loss at 100 was at 115, but that was my hard stop, like limit stop loss order basically. But if you watch the broadcast on Friday, I was pointing to this other level at 115.60, which was a rising trend line, and I thought if the price breaks to that and closes in at least 15 minutes or maybe an hourly candle below, I'll get out of that. I won't wait for a full retracement lower. So I did that, and now it's bouncing off. So anyway, so I'm out of that trade, and I've initiated long FTSE earlier on, maybe a couple of hours ago. So that trade is open, and I'll show you all of that in a minute. And then we'll go and talk about a few other things, including DAX and gold and sterling dollar. Sterling dollar is setting up for a nice level as well, and possibly even Dow Jones as well. Okay, so this is where we are with euro dollar first. So let me just show you that trade first. So here we go. This is euro dollar. That trade is open. What you're seeing here, this is the hourly chart, so you can see that this is where I entered. If I show you this in a 4-hourly as a swing type trade, it becomes very clear why I've decided to get in here, and why I was looking for a rejection at these previous swing high and so on. This is the fib retracement. We talked about all of that, and I had a few areas of interest. The first one was down at 113, 112.80. And then 112.60, and then possibly all the way down to 112. One spot 13, one spot 12.80, one spot 12.60, one spot 12 to the downside. I'm switching between the euro dollar and dollar yen. So here we go. So that's where I am at the moment. So my stop loss is at break even. My stop was above, and I moved my stop at break even. And what I want to do is I just want to leave that as it is, possibly move my stop loss a little bit lower to lock in some profits here. and I will likely take partial profits around here. Maybe during this session, I'll see how it goes. I would like to see how the price reacts around this psychologically important 1 spot 13 level. Previous low, previous low, previous low, previous high, previous high. So that level, nice and round number. It was remembered by many traders. Loads of other people who were short, same as me, would be looking to take profits around that level as well, and so on. So I should really be looking to take either partial profits around here, or if we see a break through this level and a dip below this area, retest from underneath, that could open the way for more meaningful retracement. I'll keep you updated. I'll tell you what I'm doing, but that's where I am with euro dollar at the moment. I'm still keeping it open. The only thing that I did is I readjusted my stop. I'll talk to you about that in more detail shortly. The other trade that I have open is FTSE, and this is more speculative type trade. Apologies. This is more speculative. This is the trade that I would be managing very quickly.
Ukraine and Germany have different views on Nord Stream 2, coming from the Ukrainian president. Again, to repeat, the Ukraine and Germany have different views on Nord Stream 2.
Now, I was looking for a small oversold bounce back here in UK 100, as it's known, or a FTSE 100 index. And the reason for that is it's this level here, 7,500. If you remember, I was entering around 75.20 before, 75 before as well. So I'm seeing this as an oversold bounce back. My stop is currently about 50 points below the entry. My stop is currently below the entry. So if I move my stop loss as close to the entry, I would be happy with that. I didn't take partial profits up here. My ultimate take profit is up here towards 76.65. Although that might not happen today, and if I see a reversal, more meaningful reversal here, I'll get out of this trade and I'll close it very quickly. I will not wait for my stop to be hit. So I'm leaving the stop below where I entered. There's still some amount of risk, about 11 points of risk in this trade, but I feel that potentially we could see spike higher. This is a little consolidation here, especially if I open it up in a shorter term time frame. This looks like a little coiling price action, and they have the tendency to proceed explosive breakouts from the intraday point of view, and then in that case we could see another attempt towards 75.80, 7,600, 7,600 and 30 thereabouts. So, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Very keen to get out of this trade very quickly if I have to, if anything changes. So that's where I am at the moment. So these are my two open trades, and now I'll tell you about a few other things. And I know I was speaking to Goldmaster early on before we started, and he was looking at the DAX. So he is long DAX, and we were just chatting about it. I was hesitant to take this trade. He was right, but basically this is where we are with the DAX, or a German 30. I'm seeing this as a potentially sorry, let me just go into a higher time frame. This is better. So I know you cannot trade in a weekly time frame. This chart is just a price action. There's no indicators. There's absolutely nothing here. It's uptrending to a degree, but there is a big red flag, and the big red flag for me is that this potentially looks like a sideways consolidation, which can morph into a shoulder, head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head and shoulder. So shoulder, head and shoulder. And these type of patterns, if we see an end of day close below this green line here, which is 15,100, 15,000. Sorry, I just have my news channels on as well. Ukrainian president. No, I'll leave that. If I see a flush lower and an end of day close below this green line here, this green horizontal at 15,100, that would potentially signal something more serious. So I'm not surprised to see a bit of an oversold bounce back, but what happens here is going to be quite telling for me. So from the shorter term intraday point of view, I'm seeing this as a high, a lower high, lower high, lower high. So therefore, I can draw some level of resistance with some level of certainty. Okay, so therefore the price is downtrending here in this particular time frame. There's a bit of a selling pressure. If I see a rally from these levels and a breakout and a push higher towards this area here, and then end of day close above 15,600, then that would change everything, and then you could see another like higher zone. But if we see a continuous selling pressure, a rejection at 15,100, so I wouldn't be shorting it now for myself, because I know it's overextended to the downside, but I'm not comfortable getting in long with DAX at this area just yet. So that's where I'm with the DAX. But if you're long, fair play to you, well done. I'm just not comfortable with trading this either way. So I would be bullish above 15,600, daily close above that level. Yeah, counter trend, short squeeze, off we go, explosive move higher. Geopolitical tensions are sorted, Russia, Ukraine, anything to do with economic data releases, Eurozone economic data releases. This week we have Eurozone ZEW economic sentiment survey coming out, and so on. Early on I was talking about FTSE. We have UK unemployment tomorrow and average earnings, so that'll drive a volatility in UK stocks and also in sterling currency crosses. I'll talk about sterling in a few more minutes as well. But that's where I am with the DAX. So alternative view, selling pressure from here, close below 15,100, a daily close below here would definitely be concerning for me. Potentially that would signal that there is more volatility on the way, and I wouldn't be surprised to see another leg lower towards 14,850, 14,800 to the downside very, very quickly. Okay, so that's DAX. Now the other thing that I normally cover is, sorry, let me just show you that FTSE again very, very quickly, and then I can cover maybe Dow Jones. I think that's probably the one. We had a few requests for Dow Jones. We'll do that very quickly, and then we can go into currencies, do euro, dollar, sterling, dollar, yen, talk about gold, oil, and don't mention oil. Oil, I've closed my trade too soon, and eventually it did go to my ultimate target of 93, but not with me, not with me. But anyway, here we go. So this is UK 100 or a FTSE index, which is uptrending quite nicely. So we have this kind of buying pressure here, this oversold reversal here. This is the level that I was looking at, 7,500. I had shaded area here. This was the point of interest for me, and then I was just waiting for a confirmation to get in, which I got, and now the price is moving higher. 7,000, 7,600, 7,580, 7,590, 7,600, nice and round number. And then this swing highs here, 76.20, would likely trigger some of my interest, potentially taking partial profits and moving my stop loss higher, and then seeing where this goes. But I'm quite positive with this trade. I'm really happy with this trade, keeping it running for now. So that's FTSE. That's FTSE. So I can probably sense that some of you are saying, but I'm not in this trade, what should I do now? Well, now it's too late. Now it's too late. You can't really do anything with this trade. You need to wait for another consolidation and another chance to get in. But if you're not in this trade, it's too late. Don't chase it, because this can reverse in the afternoon when US markets open. This can become very volatile, either to the upside or to the downside. So that's it. So what I'm actually looking at from other kind of when I'm talking about US markets is this is Dow Jones, and I'm looking at possibly a long setup, and this is a counter trend long setup in Dow. The reason why I'm looking at this area here, which is a shaded area at 34,650, is that we have this corrective pullback, oversold bounce back, another leg lower, sideways lower, and this is overnight low. So when I go in now, I don't want to confuse some of you. Especially if you're new, and I'll try and keep this very, very simple. Very, very simple. This is where we closed on Friday. Okay, so the current price is below where we closed on Friday. So when the US traders come to their trading desks, they will see that as a big gap. And what they have tendency to do is they have tendency to push the price higher and then retest that yesterday's closing level, and then either break it on the upside and then carry on, or a reverse from there for another leg lower. So that's the basic premise. This happens all the time, and hopefully I'm not confusing you, and if I am, there are courses on My Trading Skills which are covering liquidity in the markets when markets are open, times to trade, and so on. That's all. It's completely free. Just check it out and see if it's helpful. But anyway, so that's where I am with the Dow Jones. So if we see a rally and a rejection, happy to short it, fine. But this is the area here, 35,560. If I see a rally and a breakout above that level, then potentially I could go long with a view to take profit up here to 35,150. Or I would be happy to short below 34,580 for another leg lower. So I'm kind of open to trades on both sides. Some of them will be swing type trades, which could be open for a number of hours, possibly even days, maybe even a little bit longer. Okay, so it's a swing type trade. And some of them will be intraday, shorter term intraday scalping, and they would be opened in 15-minute time frame, and they would be open for maybe an hour or a couple of hours the most, and then I would get out of that trade because I don't want to carry any risk in that case. So I'll decide how I'm gonna play when the US market open, and that'll be in about 15 minutes from now. In about 15 minutes from now, I'll decide how I'm going to play US open or equity indices in US, including Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P, and so on. Okay, so I know a few people are watching, so let me just see this is all okay. Hey Rose, hi Robert, hi guys. From now, in about 15 minutes from now. Hi Maurizio, hi, sorry. Welcome. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to do right now is so this euro dollar. I'll talk to you about euro dollar, and then I'll see if I want to do something with my current open trade. Now euro dollar appears to be downtrending, and there is no two ways about it. So let me just show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this. Okay, this is a big selling pressure from the fundamental point of view, from the economic data releases point of view. This market is downtrending, which means I am in a camp which believes that US dollar would strengthen against euro. Federal Reserve is more likely to be hiking rates throughout 2022, hiking them quite aggressively probably from the next month, because inflation in US is really spiking high, where European Central Bank is lagging behind Federal Reserve. So if you have one bank which is tightening and hawkish, and you have another one which is quite accommodative, that means that the first currency, in this case the bank that's tightening, the currency will become stronger. So I believe that US dollar should be stronger than euro. Okay, so that's the idea. So I'm shorting euro dollar. So from a trend point of view, this is downtrending market, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So what can we do here? So can we draw a trend line? Yes, we can. Here we go. Here is a very basic trend line. What does this trend line tell us? It tells us the existing of the trend. It tells us who's more dominant in this particular market. It's not a kind of a rocket science. This is fairly straightforward. If you have a downtrending market in multiple time frames, that means that fearful traders are more dominant in this market. What do fearful traders do? They tend to short sell. They want to get out of their position and short sell. Okay, from the trend point of view, down, daily down, 4 hourly down, 1 hourly. If you don't know what the time frames are, there is a free course on multi-time frame analysis and trading setups on My Trading Skills. Check it out, it's free. Okay, so this is where we are. Oh, sorry, I've just realized I didn't switch my lights on, and it's probably quite dark. So here we go. And I just ran out of my cable here as well. Brilliant. A joy and wonders of live broadcasting live. So guys, hopefully you're finding this informative and beneficial. I know some people are watching in from various different areas. Hey Joseph, welcome. FX Trade 125. Rose, anybody else who is watching us, welcome. So going back to euro dollar, so here we go on euro. This is going to be probably a little bit a longer session, but we'll see. So euro dollar downtrending. I want to participate in this market as a short seller, so therefore I'm short selling euro
Chancellor Scholz says we're
against the dollar. So for me, this looks a high, lower high, lower high. So there is push lower, consolidation, break to the downside, consolidation, break to the downside. And these type of patterns are very basic. They couldn't be more basic from the price action trading. So this one, for example, has the tendency to break on the third touch. So first, second, third touch breakout. And people who tend to trade this type of pattern, they would take the distance from here to here. Okay, so this kind of, so let me just, I'm not explaining this correctly. So there is this kind of parallel line here, plotted, touching these two tops here as well. Some people might even see it as like this, as a triangle. Okay, either way, people who tend to trade this will take this widest point of this consolidation and extend it to the downside, and this gives them the take profit level. So they look to short here, short the break or a loss of the support, put the stop above, and they're looking to take profit. And look, this is what's happening here. Okay, then what happens? This creates another pattern. So this is basically, it's just a healthy market behavior where one side is more dominant than the other. Okay, 1, 2, 3 touches, boom, off it goes again. So how far did it go? This far. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, that 113 was a really important level, really important level. So I'm paying attention, very close attention to that 113, because if the price starts bouncing off here like it did here shortly, but it wasn't followed through. There was a big reversal down. If I see a dip lower, let me tell you what I mean. I'll tell you exactly. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so if I see a dip lower and then a little retest like that from above, that could potentially open the way for another leg lower, So let me just show you that. Okay, to another level of interest. Okay, so something like this could be in play. And that other level of interest would be at 112.80, 112.60, even one spot 12 to the downside. So another 100 points to the downside. The alternative is if loads of other people start taking profits, anybody who is also short, they start taking profits around here, then the price will break higher. And if we see a breakout and then retest from above of this previous swing high, so swing low, swing low, swing low, oh, resistance, boom. So once we see a breakout and a retest and the price starts moving higher, and this should be blue, okay, in that case, so let me just change that so I'm not confusing anybody, so you know what I mean. I'll get out, because then this is reversing and then it's going up to another level at which bearish traders might look to engage again and then short sell the market again for another leg lower. So it keeps on repeating. It goes from one to another, from one to another, from one to another. And the easiest way to decide if you want to be in a trade, decide who is more dominant in the time frame that you wish to enter, but also check higher time frames for the existence of the trend. You should be aware of the fundamentals, you should be aware of the economic data releases, news, anything, geopolitical events that could potentially trigger volatility in the markets that you trade, and so on. So that's where I am with euro dollar. I'm paying close attention to this zone down here, 1 spot 13. A loss of 1 spot 13 would be quite encouraging for me for another leg lower, potentially opening the way for a dip towards 112.80, 12.60, 1 spot 12 to the downside. Otherwise, a break above these swing highs would change the outlook, and I will get out of my position and say thank you very much, Mr. Market, and move on to another setup. Okay, so let me just show you where I am with these trades. So this is still on.
Player disconnected.
Sorry guys, this news feeds are just a bit fidgety at the moment.
Underlying demand is fundamentally strong.
So I'm short. My stop is now below where I entered, and this is where I would like to take ultimate take profit. Really, 112 is the area that I'm keeping an eye on. This area here, 112, 60, 70, anything around there would likely encourage me to get out of this trade and do something else. But I might take partial profits and then move the stop loss even lower and see if I get stopped out, and then the stop loss becomes a take profit as well. So that's where I am with euro dollar. That's still open. Nothing changed. This still looks a little bit bearish to me. The other open trade, current open trade that I have is FTSE or UK 100. Come on. Or UK 100, as some of you refer them to, depending who your broker is, depending what you trade. If you're trading derivatives, are you trading futures? Are you trading? What are you trading? So we are 4 minutes away from US markets open. Now this is FTSE 100. This is not a US market. This is a European market, a UK market. But I'm looking at this, and this is not breaking on the upside. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take half of my profit. Happy to do that. Pay myself something. So I'm closing half of my position here. So thank you, Mr. Market. And now I'm going to go and move my stop loss above the entry up here, locking in another 12.5 points. So I'm going to lock in another 61 euros on this trade. I will pay attention to this, and if I see a further selling pressure, my mental level that I would kind of react to or stop myself out is at 75.40 now. So that's where I'm. If I don't have time to do that and we just see aggressive sell-off, I'm going to be stopped out with a little bit more money. Fine. Now, some of you who are brand new are saying, I'm scratching my head, but I don't understand why didn't you close everything now? Why didn't you close everything now? And look, if the price goes against you, you know, you will pocket less than what you have now. Yeah, but what if the price breaks up on the upside? Well, you want to have something in this position. You paid yourself, you've fed your desire to take some money off the table. Brilliant. Moved my stop loss above the entry. Am I protected? Yes. Do I still carry some amount of risk? Possibly, yes. There is always risk in the market, but it's quite, there could be a slippage, there could be something, you know, a broker platform could go down. I could, you know, God knows what can happen. But there is always some kind of element of risk. But it looks more comfortable because it's quite likely that if that happens, I would be stopped out with some profit as well. And now, if I want to add to this position, I can add because I'm adding from a position of strength, because I paid myself already and I'm managing profitable position rather than a losing position. So from the psychology point of view, and I don't mean for this to become trading education, and it's turning into it. But I'm here just talking. So, Philip, shut up and show me the levels. Here we go. So that's where I am with the FTSE. I'm going to let it run. Took some money, happy with that, and leaving it run. Come on, Euro, you want to dip below 1.13. We have 1 minute to US Open. We have 1 minute to US Open. Feds bargain, hope and expect that elevated inflation won't persist. Underlying demand is fundamentally strong. Timely for US to normalize. That means start hiking rates and start tapering and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's all good. So these are good signs for potentially US dollar strength. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to talk about right now is we are at the US Open. At the US Open, so let's see how the market's open. This is Nasdaq. This is Dow Jones. This here is S&P. So that's what I'm looking. Nasdaq, Dow Jones, S&P. Now I'm looking at dollar. Okay, I'm looking at dollar here. Dollar yen, sterling dollar, euro dollar. This is gold. I'll talk about gold in a minute or two. Hey, hi Hamid. Maurizio Capriani, I can, yeah, if you're enjoying it, great news. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hamid, always good to see you back. Okay, always good to see you back. Let me know, guys, if you need any help with anything. I'll be more than happy to chat with you. I can't really see all the questions in real time because I'm doing few things at the same time, but that's where we are. Okay, so US markets open. It'll take about 14 minutes for this candle to finish. There's still 14 and a bit minutes left for this candle to finish, and we're gonna let it run. I'm going to get a, I'm gonna let it run, I'm gonna let it run, I'm gonna let it run. Now, for those of you who joined us late, just to refresh you, these are my current positions. I'm short euro dollar from 114.62, and I'm also long FTSE. So I took half of my profit. Already. I'll update this, so tomorrow when we do the same thing, you'll know where I am. And I was also long dollar yen and I got stopped out, on Friday. So this was Friday's trade as well. So that's where I am at the moment. Now, the other thing that I should be talking to you about from the currencies point of view is sterling dollar. And sterling dollar is coming to a fairly interesting level for me at 135. And this is speculative long for me. Okay, now from the data point of view, we have UK unemployment tomorrow. I believe it's 4.1. The expectations are that unemployment in UK will stay at 4.1%. And we will also get average hourly earnings. So that's something that would trigger a volatility across sterling currency crosses. So sterling dollar, sterling Aussie, euro sterling, sterling Japanese yen, sterling absolutely anything. Okay, and then in turn it will have a direct impact on FTSE, okay guys, I'm going to get out of this. Trade now. This is FTSE. I'm closing my trade. I don't like it anymore. I don't like this. I'm out. I'm going to be flat. I'm out of my trade. Okay, don't want to be in it anymore. Doesn't make sense. Happy. And if you don't know why I did what I did, and I'll explain maybe later, or you can watch it again, but I don't want to be in this trade anymore. I'll be happy to add at the breakout higher. I'll be happy to maybe nibble in again if we see a retest and then reversal. I might do something, I'll see, but I'm out of this trade. FTSE flat, nothing open, it's all closed. Okay, I'm still short euro dollar. Now, so where I am with sterling dollar. So sterling dollar 135, it's a nice level, and I think that economic data release could likely trigger some volatility across sterling currency crosses, but then in turn UK equities, and therefore equity index like FTSE 100. All of this appears to be a consolidation, indecision, selling pressure, and I feel that potentially if this level holds, we could see a rally from here into 136.50. Most of the people who are looking to do something with this trade would have their stops down here at 1.3480. So I don't have anything open at the moment. Let me just see my working orders. No, I don't have anything in working orders. But that's the level that I'm actively looking. Otherwise, if I see a dip lower like this and a push lower, then another level of interest could be 134.80. Loss of that level and end of day close below that level would likely change my outlook, and this could be triggered by unemployment figures tomorrow, and then off we go lower. But that's where I am with FTSE. Bank of England will likely start hiking rates again. They're hiking rates already, but this is euro dollar. So Federal Reserve is forecasted to hike possibly by even half of percentage point in March, and Bank of England is also hiking, but maybe not with the same pace. So therefore we could see a little bit of a kind of consolidation here. But that's where I am with sterling dollar. From the very basic price action here, we have this bit here, which is a little flag. If I go down to a 15-minute, these type of patterns, they have the tendency to flush to the downside. Okay, they do. They do. But I'm watching, sitting. I have nothing open here, and I am going to just let it come to me. Come to me and tell me when I can trade it. tell me when I can trade it. So euro dollar pushing ever so close to that 1.13 to the downside. Okay, come on, you want to break? Test. Okay, I'm back with you now. So the other thing that I was looking at is dollar Japanese yen, and I will just show you that quickly. So dollar Japanese yen is uptrending in my book. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then we also have this sequence of the higher lows here. So at various different trend lines pointing to a bias, bullish bias. I was probably too eager to get into my long at the breakout of 116 instead of waiting for a pullback. But hey, you win some, you lose some. That happens. I was normally buying dollar yen. For those of you who watched some of the previous sessions, you know I was very bullish dollar yen, and still am. So where to from now? This is the 4 hourly. It looks like a nice reversal. 1 hourly, nice reversal, but I have nothing open here. Absolutely nothing open at the moment. 61. So let me see what happens here. So breakout, push higher. Yeah, something like that. I have nothing open here. This is a swing high. No, nothing open here. Nothing for me in dollar yen at the moment. A couple of other things that I would normally cover is crude oil and gold. Let's talk about gold first, and then I'm going to talk to you about my painful experience with crude oil, and a painful experience because
Russia could invade at any moment.
Closed my longs. For those of you who watched the sessions last week, I was long crude oil, and I wanted 93. That was my ultimate take profit level, but my position was closed at 90.60 or 90.50 or something. Just I had 3 take profit levels: 88, 60, 89 something, and then 90, 50, 96, something like that. And I thought, okay, fine, I'll wait for a pullback and then get in again. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. It just went up higher. So that's why, that's the explanation why you should have something running. Anyway, but here we go. So gold. Gold appears to be very nice and bullish now. This here swing high at 1850 was a really 1850, apologies, 1850, a really important level. This type of patterns, they have the tendency to coil and then break out higher. The way I'm seeing this from the intraday point of view, 1851, this looks like a breakout and a retest and a second chance of catching the ball, and now it goes higher. So I'm not chasing gold, but I'm bullish gold, and people who who trade gold would likely be looking to take partial profits up here at 1875. Above 1875, 1890, and then 1900 comes in play. So what would I like to do? I would like to see if we get a pullback to 1850, possibly 18, maybe even lower, 1840, 1840. So that'll be a cheeky one. So let me just do that. So let's say something like this happens. Sucks enough people to go long, and then it reverses and goes lower. Start selling off, start selling off, start selling off. Shakes all the longs, picks up new shorts, and then it goes off higher. So what I'm going to do is I think I have a pending order with gold. Yes, I do. And I'm just going to adjust the level. I'm going to say 1840. And that's it. So just in the case if this happens while I'm talking, let's see if I can get filled at 1840 with a tight stop 1830 to the downside, maybe a $10 in price of risk for the potential spike higher towards 1875, 1890 or 1900. At the moment I'm not buying gold at this breakout. It would be just, it's too late. I'm too late to get in. It just doesn't make sense. Are you guys enjoying this? Is this okay? Are you finding it useful?
Two-year yield now up to 1.6%, up 10 basis points on the day.
Hamid, it's the same time zone. It's the same time zone. UK and Ireland. There is no difference in time. It's all the same. Why are you asking? So Dow is pulling back. Dow is pulling back. Come on, you do want to go. You do want to go. Euro, come on, come on, come on, come on. The last thing that I want to talk to you about very briefly is WTI crude. And this is uptrending, guys. There is no two ways about it. Okay? Really nicely uptrending market. Lovely. So I got out of my trade. I was ultimately looking for 93, but I took partial profits. Last was about 90.50 or 90.60 thereabout. And then I was looking, if you remember, I was looking for a pullback. I was looking for a pullback to support and then a rally higher. So now I'm not doing anything with crude oil until it gets to where are we now? What would be the level of interest? So down here. So people are saying, you guys who are watching this for the first time, you're saying, well, why do you want to do anything at 90.50 or 90.60? What's so magical about this number? Okay, well, let me just show you. Rising support trend line, high pullback, high pullback, high pullback, high pullback, high. If it comes to that level, support, 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 held. Okay, great. Now, rally, resistance, 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 resistance broken. If retested again from above, becomes newly found what? Support. So rising support trend line, previous resistance, now newly found support. X marks the spot. Can I do a fib? And I get 61.8 fib retracement there as well.
They'll be lifting all their COVID-related
So I have
limits on business
horizontal,
from Thursday.
I have trend line, and I also have fib. And this is without using any other indicators. So now, what do I want to do? I would like to see the price action, i.e. the price forming 3, 5 or 8 red candles. Come to here and then a rally from here to the upside. What would I be looking to react to? A combination of the candles that look like this, or candles that look like this, these two, or maybe a candle that looks like this in here, or the candles that look like this, these three: red, spinning bottom, or doji, or hammer followed by green here. And then I would react to that. So 90.50 is the area of interest at the moment. I have nothing open. I will not be trading the breakout. I don't want to do that. I want to see if the price gets to me here. And that's it. Hey Patrick, how are you? Lovely to see you again. Lovely to see you again. That's where we are with gold. Sorry, WTI crude. WTI crude. This would be a swing type trade. Nothing new here. From the shorter term point of view, potentially this could be of interest as well, but this would be a scalp and very much short-lived, so I will reassess it as a falling wedge breakout. So there's our cable, still basing here. Euro dollar very close to that 1.13, paying close attention to that. We are coming to the end of the cast. Do you mind me asking you why, Hamid? Why do you need to know? Where are you based? That's where we are. A little reversal here. So we have 10 minutes to 3 o'clock. 10 minutes to 3 o'clock. My time here. My time here. I don't even want to start confusing some of you with 3 o'clock reversals. Anyway, happy with that FTSE, that I'm out of that trade. Happy with that FTSE, I'm out of this trade. Look, let's see if I get the opportunity to get in again at 7,500. Let's see if I get an opportunity to do that again. But, the 15 minute. Okay, maybe another little scalp. Maybe. So maybe 15, 20. I'll see. I might react to that as well. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for asking, guys. We're coming to the end of today's broadcast. So thank you very much for watching and listening. This was a longer one than normal. I'll do a few short and sweet, fast and furious, 15-minute, 20-minute ones going forward this week. But today we had the long one. And yet again, I don't want this to become educational session. But if you need to know more, you know where to find the information. So that's these are my open positions. Big disclaimer. And if you need to find more about what I do, check this out. TraderCast.com. Subscribe or go to My Trading Skills for the education. Thank you all for watching and listening. Stay safe, happy trading, and bye for now. Thank you for watching.